Hi everyone, today we are going to do a deep dive into using the AI chat features, starting with AI models. So as we sign into the app, you can directly do the web search over here. I can just say hi and it will jump into the AI chat functionalities. Now the first thing we're going to do is show you the AI models that we have available. So we have over 6 different providers, or 7 actually, 7 different AI providers. And we have everything from Perplexity's AI models, Claude, Together AI, which has Mixtrail, Llama, DeepSeek, Google, Grok, OpenAI, and we have our own AI model as well. So you can pick from any of those ones. And the Curate AI comes with monthly credits, which you can top it up. But if you also want to use any of the other models, what you can do is you can add your own API key and you can also share it securely with your colleagues. So if you go to the settings page from the AI models, you can see in the AI settings page there are different models that you can enable or disable, and what you can do is simply add your API key over here. Obviously I've added all my API keys here, but simply you need to click edit and then add the API key, enable or disable whichever models you don't want in the system, right? And then save that and save the API key. So it's simple as adding and managing your AI models over here, and you can also share it with others. So if you want to share the AI models, it's simply simple as enabling team limits, setting up your team limits on which AI providers you want to give access to. You can select and unselect which models or how much limit you want to set for them, daily, weekly, monthly. Save that and then you just add those users here. I'll do this in a separate video, but this gives you an idea in terms of what's possible. Now, if I go back to the AI chat, there's an option of AI chat on the top right of the AI settings, and it will jump you back to the AI chat page. So you can come back to the AI chat page. One very short topic we're going to cover is the multi-select. So you select the AI model, you enable multi-select over here, the toggle. You can select all the AI models you want to select. Okay, I'm gonna select this 3 and maybe DeepSeek chat. Okay, I'm missing the API key. So as you can see, if the keys are missing, you'll see inactive. If the API keys are added, it will say API, and for curated AI, it will say credits. So now I've got 3 models and I say, tell me a joke on Fridays, right? And now what it will do is it will go request it to all the 3 AI models and give us a response all in one go. There we go. So you can see it's come up with the 3 different jokes based on the AI models. You can look at it in a vertical way or a side-by-side view. You also have lots of other functions if you want to listen to it, if you want to copy it, if you want to save it as a page, AI prompt, note, anything you want to open it in Canvas, or you can further improve it as well using one of the quick options. And I'll go through this details and other options in a separate video, but hopefully this gives you an idea on the multi-select version. You can also use the queuing system. So you can send 2 prompts one after the other in the select as well. And you can save those prompts as well. Again, I'll cover this in further chapters. Thank you. What we'll do next is show you how you can queue your task using the workflow that we have. So first thing I'll say is turn this into X post, right? And then I'll say, give me same joke in French. Again, I don't understand French, but you can see I want to show you the process. So what it will do is first it will ask the same thing for X, again multimodal. So you can select, it will respond in all 3. And the second thing it will do is it will give me the same answer so I don't have to go to the second step. You can see over here, if I minimize it, it's automatically asked the second question. So it will automatically do both the queries together. So yeah, you can do multiple steps in one go. And the benefit of doing this is if you ask too many questions in a single query, then the quality depreciates. Whereas with this, each time the quality will remain great. Now I'll quickly show you how to create a prompt. So creating a prompt in CurateIt is super easy. The easiest way you can do it is you can click on the plus icon and you can select prompt. These are all my existing prompts, as you can see. And next thing I'm gonna do is create a new prompt. So I'll just click on this plus icon here and I'll say, so the way you can simply write the prompt, or what you can also do is you can add input variables. So for example, if it's a repeatable thing I want, I can just use the variables option, as well as you can have a drop down with this pattern. And then if you want to do multiple steps, you can do this 3 dashes. So I'll show an example quickly. So first thing is I'll say insert transcript. So this is a scenario where I've recorded this video and then I want to convert that into post and X post or key feature list, extract key feature list or key bullet points. So I'll say insert transcript, then I'll say summarize key features and topics. Now I'll do 3 dash, that means it takes the next step. Then I'll say generate post and again 3 dash, and finally I'll say write a 500 word email newsletter, right? Now what I can also do is I can ask it to create a tone of voice, right? Again, you can add your own brand voice and persona or agent, but I'll just add it for example here. So tone of voice, I will add the line and then I'll say friendly, funny, right? So I've added this, and next thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to save this prompt. You can also show or hide prompt. So if you're sharing with somebody, then it will hide that prompt if you don't want to show it to others. Like if you share it with somebody, you can say this is for the extension, right? So you can say which websites or stuff you want it active on. So I don't want it for extension, so I'll switch it off. And again these options you don't need to select, it's just, you know, more advanced you get, you can use this functionality. So I'll say I just mainly need it for this chat function, so I'm just gonna remove the rest of it. You can also give it a name here. So I can say, again, if you don't fill it in, it will automatically fill in that as well. So I'll say transcript, I'll just say test because I already have my prompt converter. So I'll save this, there we go. So that prompt is saved. Now you just might have to refresh this. So now if I click plus, select the prompt, and let's see, there we go, summarize transcript. So that is the one. So once I select it, you will see this two options coming in, insert transcript and tone of voice. And if I click tone of voice, you can see it's already showing me the drop down. So you can create your workflows, create your input values, any of those things on your own. So I'll just say, let's make it funny. Now I've got this transcript that I downloaded. So I'm just going to copy that over, insert the transcript, tone of voice I've already selected, and I'll say insert prompt. Now what's going to happen, as you will see, again I've only selected single model for now, but you can do it multimodal as well. So I'll just say insert prompt and it will start generating the results one after the other. So I can close this now. Yep, it's all generated. As you can see, it's created everything. It's created the email that I requested, the post, and again, because I have already selected my brand voice and persona, here you can see curated brand voice and as a founder, and it has all my memory about who am I, what is curated. So it's got all this memory of myself. So based on that, it's created a very personalized, there you go. I didn't say anywhere I'm the Savan as a founder or anything, but it's picked that up. It knows who I am and it knows what curated is. So it's already picking up all that information. So this way you can automate so many workflows, whether it's your requirements documents, meeting notes, creating content, and all of that created in a consistent way, in a consistent brand voice. So next we're going to look into brand voice. So as you can see, there is brand voice selection over here. You can select it from here or you can select from the plus sign over here. So there's few places to add the brand voice from, and you can see these are some of the brand voices I've already created and it works very well. So for example, if I say Deadpool to make it something funny and I say what is the meaning of life, so if you can see the memories being created as well. Again, it won't always take the memories, but if it finds something relevant, it will. And there you go, it's come back with hold up existing comic boy. Yeah, so you can see it's come up with this funny tone of voice which is of Deadpool, right? Now I can change that and then I'll say Star Wars, right? And I can say what is that? There you go, and you can see it's come up within the vast expanse of universe, blah blah blah. So as you can see, it's come up with that tone of voice. Now I'll quickly show you how to create your own brand voice. Like we've created one for CurateIt, and I've also created my personal agent, which is like a founder and it has all the information, right? So now I'm going to create a new brand voice. So you go on the brand voice, you click on the plus sign, and I'll say, let's do something like Donald Trump. Okay, and yeah, title will be Donald Trump as well. And you can click on this sign, and what it will do is it will call AI and automatically pick up the brand voice and anything you want. Again, you can personalize it with as much details as you want. Keep it sharp as possible so it doesn't get confused. There we go. Now let's quickly test it, right? I'm gonna save this, and there you go, Donald Trump. So I select Donald Trump. I'll remove my persona so it doesn't clash with it, and I'll say launch curated to the world, right? So now it's picked up the other stuff, but you can see it's come up with the right tone of voice. It's about winning. It's about making things great. Nobody talks about this enough. So there we go. So it comes up with your own brand voice each time, and hopefully it gives you an idea on how to use brand voice. What you can also do is you can also share the brand voice. So anything you create is like a gem, right? So if I go to the home page and if I go to the brand voice, you will see all the brand voices I have. So I've got Donald Trump, and if I what I can do is I can open that brand voice page. Again, you can make this brand voice public, right? And you can share it with others. What I you can, or you can just, this is like an app page, so you can also make this page public and you can let others use that as well and just generate the prompt here, or you can share it individually with your team members as well. So yeah, it's very easy to use and you can use it anywhere. So hope you found it useful. And next thing we're gonna pick up is how to create AI agents. So next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna create our own agent. And so you can see I've already created some of the agents like content strategy, digital marketing manager, UX researcher, chief technology officer, founder. So I'm gonna quickly show you what I've added as a agent for founder. So you can just create a new founder and you can fill in this information in terms of like what the founder is, job title is, persona, SaaS, industry, audience, and the prompt. Again, you can optimize this prompt by clicking the magic wand icon and it will automatically pick that up. And you can also select the default brand voice for that particular agent. So that way it will always pick up that information. Now I'll save this and I'll quickly create a new one as well. So go to agents, click new, and you can choose to create custom if you don't want the AI. I'll just create a quick AI agent. What I'll do is I'll create somebody for like a business analyst, one of my earlier jobs, and I can say business analyst, drafting requirement, meeting detailed diagram. It gives some idea, right? And I can just click generate. There you go. So it's picked up the persona information, what skills it needs, all of that, right? And then maybe if I want a further tweak, I can just say make it specific to SaaS AI, right? So I've just added a prompt. I click on this icon again and it will further optimize that. So it's come up with few options. Again, I'll keep what I like, right? So I'll keep as this one looks good. So I'll remove the other things that I don't need. And yeah, now I have that persona and I'll just name that persona business analyst and save this prompt. Now if I go back here, you can see the business analyst prompt and I can just say what are your expertise. There we go. So it's gone through that information and it knows what it is. Again, you can also give it name. So for example, if I have a digital marketing manager, right, and if I click new, I'll just reset the brand voice and say hi. There you go. It's in this scenario I had given it a name and everything, so it knows what its name is and everything. Same if I show my founder agent, you can see put in my name and everything, so it has all that information. So now yeah, you can create your own agent and then talk to that person, and you can also talk to multiple agents as well by selecting different ones. Hope you found it useful. The next thing I'm going to cover is all the different tools that we have within the AI chat. Okay, so we have bunch of tools within the AI chat. So if you see here, by default the AI chat icon is selected, but you have web search, research, memory, social, AI image, canvas, and applet. So we're going to go through one by one in this video. So first thing is anything you generate and what are the things you can do with it. So let's say I'll just ask a quick question on what is an LLM. So it's come up with the information. Again, I'll remove the founder persona because it's probably not relevant for this scenario. So yeah, it's come up with some answers, but it's like too long for me. So what I can do is I can click on the three dots and I can set my reading level. I'll say kindergarten. And it will reset it and give me the answer as I'm a 6-year-old. So there we go. It can write stories for you, answers, blah blah blah, which is good. I can adjust the length, I can switch language, I can make it humanized. So again, it becomes, AI can't detect it. So now you can see it's made it more personal. You can add emojis, and if you have multiple, you can just simply regenerate. If you don't like something, you can also regenerate using different AIs. So let's say by default, instead of CurateIt AI, I want it in Grok. I can just select that and now it will generate the output using the Grok. There we go. So it's created the output using the Grok AI, and you can see it's quite detailed. You can also open this in Canvas. So if you click on show in Canvas, it will open it in a notes editor, which you can again save it as a blog or save it as a post, and then again convert that into a published blog within the platform as well. What you also have is options to rewrite this. So you have all the options of a great editor. So you can fix spelling, make it shorter, make it longer, or just type in and say make it sound smart. I don't know. You can just type in anything and it will adjust to it, and you can save all that information easily. There we go. You can regenerate the whole thing. You can download it as an HTML. You can download, again, regenerate everything you want. You want to open this in a separate page, you can also do that, and you can minimize it, come back to this page. You can close it and come back to the main app as well. Anything you have, you can save it in all these different formats. You can select reply and reply to this, because if it's like, let's say you got multiple response in the past, you can do that. Or you can select a particular text and then just say reply, and it will code that, and then you can respond to that particular part of the page. You can also listen to the whole thing in different AI voice. You can visit your previously generated content as well. What you can also do is you can invite others to the app. You can duplicate this chat. You can convert. So if you got bunch of questions, you can simply convert that into different particular prompt. You can export the data, export it as JSON, copy the whole text, export it as text. You can enable, disable the follow-up questions and citations. So for example, if I just do this, and so now it will come up with follow-up questions. So I'll say, which are the biggest LLM providers? So now once the question is asked, it will also come back with a follow-up question as well as the citations. So obviously this is a query, so it's come back with just the follow-up questions, and you can just click on any of the questions and it will come up with the follow-up question. There we go. So next thing we are going to do is play with the AI image model. So I select the AI image model. GPT image is selected, but you also have other models like Stable Diffusion, Flux, Grok that you can generate it from. So I'm going to do a quick experiment. I'm going to take a picture of myself and attach it. I'll take the image. So now I've taken the image and I'll say turn this into Ghibli art image. So now it's got my image and it's gonna edit it. So this thing sometimes take a few seconds because it takes a while, but there you go, it's come up beautifully, right? And I can also further edit it, right, which say turn this into fixed style image and background to cool YouTube studio. Let's say, I don't know what it will come back with. So now we're gonna turn that into the pixel style image, and as you can see, it's just generated that image as well. So you can turn that same picture into the pixel style and it's changed the background. So yeah, there we go. So AI image is very useful. You can create blog posts, YouTube thumbnails, copy pasted existing YouTube thumbnails, told it to replace the face, and it's done that wonderfully as well. So next thing we are going to do is going to create Applet. So Applet is like a cloud artifact, or essentially a small app that you can create for the web, and you can use it for internal use. You can make it public, invite others to use it, and yeah, that could be created on any topic. Hopefully something small, nothing big. So I'll say create a simple web app for calculator. If you do want to optimize it, you can use this optimize icon, but I think this is a simple enough, so I don't need to do that. There we go. Within seconds we've got the calculator app, and again something which is fully functional. Yeah, so if I do 5 times 5, 25, there you go. So there you go, it's a fully functional app that you can create, and you can choose to publish, make it public, turn this into a lead magnet. You can do like compound interest calculator app, mortgage calculator app, anything you want. You can create apps like that for your own use. You can also check out our public library. So if you go to the home page and if you go to this AI tools, you will see all the that has been created and shared publicly. So yeah, please feel free to check it out. Next thing we are going to cover is memory search, and how you can use it in your daily life to make sure that you can get anything you want anytime. So next thing we are going to discuss is web scraper. So in the AI tools, you will see the web scraper, and there's two ways to do it. You can do a simple text extraction, which will extract all the HTML or the text file from the page, or you can do parameter execution. So you can just simply write what you want out of the page and it will automatically extract it. So what I'll do is, this is like information on the most runs in career test. So I can take that and I can say I just want to, scrape all the information with matches, runs, and 150. So I'll say extract, what is it? Yeah, player name, matches, runs, hundreds, 50 from this page, and I just paste in the link. Once you click extract parameters, we'll identify the field names and the values that you want extracted, and we'll verify this. And yeah, once that is verified, you can select the model. Again, the higher model you choose, the better it is. So I'll choose AI, usually works very well. And now it will go and extract all those values from that field, from that page. There we go. So now it's come up with all the information, as you can see, and it's got created a table. And yeah, you can simply save that page, or you can download it as a text file, or you can just copy the whole page and put it anywhere you want. You can also get the same information as JSON, yeah, and save it in CurateIt as a AI page, in the AI writer page as well. Next thing we're going to show you is the AI and web search using CurateIt. So as you are on the home page, you can select the web search option here, and you can select whether you want the AI search, web search, academic search, news, socials, any of those things, right? I'll just do a simple AI search. So for example, I'll just do the latest thing which is trending, which is Trump versus Elon. And there we go, it's come up with the information super fast, all the information with the AI search. You can ask a follow-up, so you can just go to that page and it will take that information as a context, and you can just ask further questions on it, or you can go back and to see what's coming up for social. So if I do Trump versus Elon, you can actually check what are the conversations happening on some of the social websites. So as you can see, the results are more social focused. I can also filter it by just saying Reddit, for example, and it will show me all the Reddit results as well, right? So again, it's all inbuilt search. You can also save this as a link in a gem, in a collection easily as well. So that's pretty straightforward. There's also speech to text and text to speech options to create your voice notes and audio notes as well, or convert any kind of content into script. So this is to text. So I can simply record note for myself. Please remind me laundry tomorrow, and write up task for next week's sprint for Curate It. So now that is created the audio, you can just listen to it on the page. Please remind me to, and again you can listen to the text, or even you can get the audio transcript. Next thing I'm going to show you is the podcast generation. So you can generate AI podcast. You can generate AI podcasts just typing in any topic, just typing in script, putting in a website name, put a YouTube video, or even upload a PDF doc. I'm just going to make it very simple. I'll just say create a podcast on impact of AI in Hollywood, and I'll just click generate podcast. And sometimes it does take time, so you will get a notification here which says podcast generated successfully. And once the podcast is generated, you will see the podcast view here, and as you can see, it's created the podcast and you can just listen to it.
Welcome to Curated Creative Studio. AI in Hollywood. It's a hot topic, right? Changing everything, it seems.
Absolutely. It's a whirlwind of advancements and anxieties, frankly. So much potential, but also so many.
Let's start with the practical stuff. We're seeing AI enhance voices, like in The Brutalist with Adrian Brody's accent.
So there you go, it's created a lovely podcast. Again, you can put in your own script and be as detailed as you want, but you can create small voice clips, any of those things using the AI podcast feature. So next thing we are going to focus on is the file manager feature, which is like your Google Drive or Dropbox, and how we are leveraging AI within CurateIt to make the most of it. So what happens often is, as a product manager, I am constantly researching topics, and whatever I like, I often take screenshots around it. Now, what ends up happening is, once I have lots of screenshots, I end up with a big folder like this where I have hundreds of screenshots and I don't know what to do, or how to organize them. So in this scenario, what I'll do is I'll just take the screenshots and drag and drop them into my app. So I'll just drag and drop them, simple as, into my app. And what this will do is, it will not only upload the file, it will go through each and every image, extract the text, extract the image description, understand what the colors are, what the file name is, and afterwards I can easily organize them and group them using the AI suggestion and optimization feature. There we go, all the images are uploaded. As you can see, all of these are quite different and from different apps, right? So now I've got this screenshots. What I can do is I can say optimize, and what this will do is optimize all the information on the each and every image here. So now I'll show you an example of this. If I go to this page, this GEMU page for this, right? This is the screenshot. If I click on the info icon, you will see it's extracted the information, what it is, what kind of text is there on the image, description. So it's identified that it's a Slack interface. So it knows what those things are, and it does the same for all the other pages as well. Now if I want, I mean, I've got a small group here, but I usually have hundreds of images. So then the next thing I can do is I can just simply say AI suggestions and say create sub collections. So now what it will do is it will identify proper categories and group them into different sub collections. So I don't have to manually go in and sort this. There we go. So it's done it wonderfully. It's got meeting settings, project manager, onboarding videos, and user interface. So this saves me so much time every day that, you know, I can simply search this and identify it. And again, you can use memory search. So if you just want to search, you know, meeting interfaces, it will give you all the results related to this. So yeah, very useful feature, especially for anybody who's a developer, product founder, researcher, who's taking a lot of screenshot, designer, obviously, very useful stuff. So next thing we are going to discuss is the AI writer. CurateIt has one of the best AI writer in the industry. So what we'll do is we'll create a blog on using AI and how bringing your own API key and having multiple models helps us. So I'll select the curated brand voice. I'll select the 2.5 Pro model because I want a detailed blog, and I will also select my digital marketing manager as the persona or the agent. I'll also enable memory so it remembers everything I need for CurateIt. So I've just wrote a line about what I want, which is writing the benefits of using multiple AI models within AI Writer and AI Chat, benefits of bringing your own API key to save cost, as well as increase productivity by using a shared knowledge base within the team. So now I choose Gemini 2.5 Pro because that's the deep research model. I've chosen the model voice and agent, and now it's got all my personal memory as well, and it's going to create me a full length blog. You can also create the full length blog using the prompt manager feature. So you can create your standard prompt and make sure that your output and results is standard each time. So there we go, it's created a blog. I'll click insert. I'll remove some of the fluff about the agents, right? And I can easily run this further. Again, you can see it's got some emojis and the tone of voice is matching CurateIt. Wow, that's expanded. So yeah, I'll just read through it. I mean, for the demo, I'll just quickly do this, but I'll just replace the selection. You can also drag and drop images, even set the background color if you want, so just to make it stand out. What you can also do is add call to action buttons. So I'll add a button. I can align it, and again I can add multiple buttons as well, right? So I'll say CurateIt, make it yeah, I can change the colors of it, right? So I can make it one fill, and then other one I can say view see demo, right? And I can add a link, and for this I can just add my YouTube channel, right? So yeah, and again I can make it consistent as well. There you go. So you can create your call to actions, you can create your blog, you can publish it using your own custom domain. And what you can also do is you can add a form at the end. So if you do double slash, you will have an option to add your own form. So I'll just say let's add a section. I'll say heading 2, fill, sign up to our newsletter and get 10% off, right? And so I'll just say full name, and I will add another thing which will be email. So double forward slash twice, and you can just say email, and then I'll just say submit button, and that way you can create a form, put that in a submit form, call to action, images, GIFs. You can add a GIF, for example. Let's add a GIF here. There we go. So yeah, you can pretty much do anything you want. You can publish it. You can see how this is going to look in the view option, and also publish it. So if I go here, over here, if I go public, you can set your custom domain, subdomain, or subdirectory. You can publish it anywhere. You can embed it. You can customize your headers, footers. A good example of it is actually our own blog. So yeah, if I go curated.com, publish blogs, or blog.curated.com, I think that would work as well. But all you can see, this is a collection only, and this is all the blogs published on Curated. You can see I've got a custom header with my custom logo, cover image, login, sign up, all of that. This is all the things you can do with your own domain as well. And you can see this is one of the blogs I created, and this is how it looks, all created, published in Curated. So yeah, it's not just things to create, but you can create like a very powerful personalized blog using Curated as well. So yeah, hope you found it useful. If any questions, please ping us. Thank you. So next thing we're going to focus on is creating a quick Trello board or a Kanban board. So you can create a board, say board 1 for now, or I'll say curated board. So I'll create a new task now. So I'll just say task 1. Again, I can assign it to myself. I can set a due date, say 12th, and yeah, to do is fine. And I can set the priority. There you go. I can create another one. Let's say task 2. I'll set that in progress, assign it to myself, save, and by default this will be selected as board view anyways, but in case it isn't, you can set it like this, and there you go. You can easily move task around between things, change the statuses, open the task, and you can even change the views of this task. So for example, I'll say sidebar view, single column, double column. I personally prefer the sidebar view, so I'll set that. So yeah, so you can create Trello boards for your teammates easily, quite useful for tracking marketing, and you can create multiple sub collections or sub boards within it as well, so you can share it between your team members and teammates. Thank you. Okay, so let's call it onboarding form. And so first thing we just going to ask is, let's add a drop down company size, and I can just say 1 to 10, 10 to 50, 50, 50 plus, and you can also add the other option. So you can just say, you can delete this, but you can say give the other option, right? And you can also set the defaults here, default or randomize the options if you want. All of that can be here. Select company size. So that's the placeholder text that will show here. Okay, next thing, we can have checkbox. Where did you hear about it? And I can say YouTube, LinkedIn, Google, word of mouth, and again I can enable the other option. Next thing is again // to get all the form options quickly. You can have multiple choice, drop down, multi-select, number, email, phone number, request a link, add a rating, how smooth was your onboarding, right? And you can even change the numbers. So I can say instead of 5, make it out of 10, right? And again, you can set the default answer to 5 or something, but I'm not going to do that here. You can add so they can rank your top priority for using Curated, right? And I can say AI chat, AI writer, Chrome extension, blog publisher, or I'll just add another one. Yeah, and you can also color code this. Again, required, not required. You can make some fields optional. So I'll make this optional, for example. You can change color if it's repeated randomly, and you can also add a linear scale. So they can select from 0 to 10. And you can add labels, right label, left, right? And I can just change the wording, great, bad, okay. And if you want a bigger scale, you can skip the count as well. So you can create a whole form, right? And you can simply save this, publish it, or preview it. So you can preview this. As you can see, you can preview this, you can select, test it out, you can move things around for this, set a rating, submit this, right? This is a preview, but you can do the same thing. Once you are ready, you can click publish, and then anybody can use it. Again, you still have all the other options of the platform. If you want to add a call to action button, if you want to add an image, you can still do those things. So you can still upload images and talk about the platform, or just want to give an intro. You can just use the AI writer to say, write an intro to curated onboarding form. There we go. Brilliantly created. So now you got the form ready. You can publish it and yeah, share it with anybody, add it into your own website. Any of those things is possible. So hope you like this quick tutorial. If any questions, please let us know.